Today in Cannabis News, Louisiana state panel lawmakers progress a bill to reinstate jail time for small-scale cannabis possession for minors and teens below 18 years of age. A crucial U.S. House panel officially approves the MORE Act for federal cannabis policy reform, sending it to the full chamber and putting certain amendments in place. And an analysis published by the U.S. Congressional Budget Office shows that the implementation of the MORE Act would generate billions of dollars in national income and cut imprisonment expenses during the coming 10 years. It's Friday, April 1st, and this is your TRICHOMES Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the TRICHOMES.com studios in Southern California. It's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up, Louisiana state legislators could reinstate jail time for small-scale cannabis possession, though just for minors and teens below 18 years of age. Adults found in possession of cannabis could still escape incarceration even if they were arrested multiple times. State Representative Larry Bagley wants to change the state's comprehensive cannabis decriminalization statute, which was established last year. Kids and teens would face tougher punishments under House Bill 700 versus adults. The bill was sent to the entire state House floor for review in the last few days following an exemption being added for kids and teens holding their personal medical cannabis treatments by the House Committee on the Administration of Criminal Justice. An individual below 18 years of age who is found in possession of 14 grams or less of cannabis for the first time might be imprisoned for as much as 15 days within the bill. The bill would also increase the penalty for adolescents found with 14 grams or less of cannabis on multiple occasions. A third violation might land an individual in jail for 2 years, and a fourth might result in 4 years of jail time. Those punishments would be vastly unlike those imposed on adults. Persons above the age of 18 years might still be found with 14 grams or less of cannabis and get no punishment within the proposal. Next up. This week, a crucial U.S. House panel officially approved a proposal for federal cannabis policy reform, sending it to the full chamber and putting certain amendments in place while barring some. Today, the entire House floor is scheduled to vote on the bill. The House Rules Committee discussed suggested amendments to the Marijuana Opportunity, Reinvestment, and Expungement Act, the majority of which came from Republican legislators who wanted to put further limits on the bill. The MORE Act, introduced by U.S. Representative Jerrold Nadler, would eliminate cannabis from the Registry of Federally Controlled Substances, encourage market diversity, and levy a federal tax on cannabis items to support numerous operations. Representative Nadler stated in his prepared statement that his bill would reverse decades of failed federal policies based on the criminalization of marijuana, while also taking steps to address the heavy toll these policies have taken across the country, particularly amongst communities of color. Last up, as per an analysis published by the U.S. Congressional Budget Office this week, a proposal slated to be voted upon by the U.S. House chamber today to officially decriminalize, deschedule, and tax cannabis on the federal level would generate billions of dollars in income and cut imprisonment expenses during the coming 10 years. Altogether, the department projects that the planned federal taxation under the Marijuana Opportunity, Reinvestment, and Expungement Act would generate roughly $8.1 billion in revenue between 2022 and 2031. The CBO additionally examined the effects of the federal cannabis policy reform on the criminal justice process. The U.S. Federal Bureau of Prisons could conserve nearly $800 million, according to the CBO, since there would be less individuals imprisoned as a result of jail term cuts. According to the report, H.R. 3617 would federally decriminalize cannabis, expunge the records of people convicted of federal cannabis offenses, and require resentencing of some federal prisoners. As a result, CBO estimates thousands of current inmates would be released earlier than under current law. In the future, decriminalization would also reduce the number of people in federal prisons and the amount of time they serve. That was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and insights from industry professionals and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit TRICHOMES.com. And be sure to catch up with all of our other cannabis industry-related podcasts like Hash It Out, Tech and Cannabis, or the International Cannabis Conversation wherever you get your podcasts. For TRICHOMES.com, I'm RJ Balde, signing off.